Okay, so a little tangent here on subverting tropes, which, if done well, is one of the best ways to make your story fresh. And it's kind of like catnip to editors. Like a good twist on a trope is awesome. I love it, and I know others do as well. I'm sure most of you know what a trope is, a reoccurring plot device or character type, like the final girl, the chosen one, damsel in distress. All of those are tropes, the love triangle, that sort of thing. Most tropes aren't bad, they're just overused or very superficially used. So, as a writer, you can do really interesting things when you take a trope and flip it on its head. So, one example, if you have a character that looks like the obvious final girl, maybe she is taken down by the killer earlier, or you have a chosen one and they just flat out refuse to follow their destiny. So taking tropes like that and twisting it a little bit can make for very interesting stories. It's about taking readers' expectations and surprising them in a way that is satisfying. And a few ways to do that. You start with the known, right? So, again, a lot of readers and editors like tropes to some degree. So, you start with the trope, present it, then twist it somehow, right? Ask what if the reader is wrong about their assumption of this character or the story or the plot, right? Like, how can you tweak that trope, whether a little bit or a lot, to make it a little more surprising? And then when you're turning your trope around, you also want to consider the emotion, right? Like, why are you subverting the trope in that way? That change can help convey character emotions or themes much more deeply. Frankenstein is actually a good example of this, I think, where the monster is really shown to be in pain, to be yearning, and it's a contrast to the classic monster trope where they're just, evil monster, bad guy. Um, so at the time, that was really counter to how monsters were portrayed, and it resulted in some very interesting thematic ideas. And then lastly, good tropes honor the trope's roots. So it's not about being snide and like, oh, just rejecting all tropes just for the sake of it. It's really a deeper reflection as a writer on why certain expectations or assumptions are the way they are and how you can put a thoughtful spin on it. Ultimately, remember tropes, not bad, but they're really often a crutch for lazy writing. So that is why when I see a trope that is subverted, I get very excited as an editor because it is usually going to result in a story that is fresh and interesting.